Yep, just water, yeah. I'll just, I might get some later. Okay. Hello, and welcome to the Bound Breaks. Just sorted out my meal. So Bondi Pizza, Macquarie said, I think it's all right. I ended up paying, $25. Yeah, so it was the under $25 deal was $24.90. So, yeah. I guess if it was like a 1.5% surcharge, would it then be more than 25? I don't know, you work it out. But anyway, I thought I'd go a bit of class. The governor, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, got a pasta, which is okay, rather than a pizza. And, it is Yom Kippur, it is Shabbat. Now tomorrow, yes, Adventus. Adventus tomorrow. Anyone can go to Adventus anyway. So that's my plan. Morning Adventus, then a synagogue. Will I get into a synagogue? I don't know. Like you just turn up like this. It's just kind of a bit, it's a little bit creepy, isn't it? But I don't know. But anyway, I'll go to a synagogue and just to see. If you just like shop at a synagogue just out of nowhere, particularly on a high holiday, it looks somewhat suspicious. I tend to agree, but I don't know. If you want freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, a democracy, and a republic, then you have to allow anyone going into any religious institution at I don't know about any time, but certainly during services. Otherwise, I don't know. You could just end up with chaos. You could just end up with bigotry. You could end up with anti-Semitism and so on. So, whereas the US, no problem in the US. In fact, Baron travelled the US 3.5 months. I went to the most. I think it was the oldest. What was it? It was Torpo in Newport. Torpo or something. I think it was the synagogue in Newport, Rhode Island. I think it's one of the oldest in the US. And Baron just turned up. No questions asked. Yes, they got security, but yeah, that's fine. You just go in and it's not a problem. Also went to, I think it might have been the day after October 7 or October 8, and the week after, or a couple of weeks after, I think Baron might have been in Boston. I think Baron went to Boston, and again, just walked in, and I think security, or it may have been a police officer, it was raining, and they even put my umbrella in one of those, plastic sleeves or something. So, not a problem at all. But that's the US. Australia is a different sort of kettle, isn't it? Australia is racist. At the end of the day, it is not freedom. It is not, and it's not religious freedom, and it's a bit of a problem. But so go to Adventus. Now I went to Adventus Byron Bay, and I don't know. Like the guy giving the sermon, he's just like really depressed, and I find that generally with churches in general, people are just depressed. They go there for some sort of quick fix, and it obviously doesn't work. But to have someone give the sermon who's depressed, I don't know. But I didn't really hang along for that sort of reason. Also, I was quite busy in Byron as well. I think I had to. That was on a Saturday. I don't know, a few other things. So, and then went to. Okay, so on the Sunday. I may go Hillsong, because I'm staying in North Ryde. May go Hillsong. Bit of controversy with Hillsong. That was a while ago. Who was it? Certainly there was controversy with Brian Houston and his father. I think his father was a pedophile or something. And then Brian Houston had a lot of complications. And then the service moved to I think it's on Lyons Street or something. The Hillsong service. And it was I forget the name of the pastor. Back in when Baron was there, actually went to the group, the Powerhouse group at Macquarie. Great group of people, I should say. But when Baron got banned from Macquarie Baptist Church back in 2013, the senior pastor Timmy Blenko. He actually contacted everyone. He contacted navigators, because Baron was just going to everything, and he contacted, and of course Baron got banned from navigators, banned from Student Life, which changed, I think, Power to Change. Also, I was going to the was at the Bridge Church. Didn't exactly get banned, but yeah, they don't really like me going there either. But yeah, he contacted Hillsong, and what happened? Yeah, there were a little bit of comments or threats made or something. Didn't want me talking to young people or something. And Dave McIntosh from Navigators at Macquarie Uni, he said, yeah, he sent me this email saying he doesn't want me talking to the young ladies or something. So yeah, not a good idea, because of course I posted this in my doco or in my profile. Oh, now Quantum Tude's back. G'day, Baron. What's with the get up? Yeah, well, it's Shabbat. Not only Shabbat, but it's Kol Nidre, which is the eve of Yom Kippur, the start of Yom Kippur. It's the most holy day amongst the Jewish community. And so, hello to August, Jewish students. And to the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, one of the longest serving Prime Ministers. Would that be right? Longer than Howard? I don't know. Like, he's just gone forever, hasn't he? Hi August. Yeah, Quantum Dude from NYU says hi August. Well, actually, they had the arts and crafts, and incidentally, I made the minuscule ant. That's when I made the ant mound of the minuscule ant. They had an art for a paint for purpose. That's right, and that's what started the minuscule ant actually, which of course extended to the YHA Byron room 209, and that's when I made some much more elaborate sort of setup with making the ants, and of course had that clay piece made by someone at the markets on the weekend, on last Saturday or Sunday, and yeah, just created this kind of elaborate setup. Worked really well, but it started potentially August, although going back to the Buddhist retreat as well. So it's just kind of a continuum from there. Another question: what is with the fallen pot plant at the motel? Well, I've explained that. I mean, I don't have to go through. It could take me a whole hour to go through the whole history of this. I mean, come on. Yeah. Hang on, I'm just going to get a new chair, because this one's kind of... Hang on. I'm just going to have to replace my chair. It's kind of... Yeah, this one's a bit better. You need a proper chair. Now, yeah, okay, so the fallen tree. Okay, so I was staying I was in Armidale. I was staying at the Ant... At the Lantern Motel, Armidale. Room number 12. Incidentally, I mean, out of all numbers... How was Baron staying at room number 12, of course, being of course the 12 days, the song 12 Days of Christmas, the most famous, I guess, song of all Christmas songs or Christmas carols. And I don't know, it was the 28th. It was the 28th of September, being a Saturday, being the Sabbath, Saturday, 28, perfect number. The multiples of 28, and including one, of course, some degree of 28, being 7 plus 4 plus 14 plus 2 plus 1, of course, equals 28. And I don't know, I woke up and the pot plant, this Christmas, it was a Christmas tree, it had blown over, and I don't know, I tested it out. Now, there was wind that night. In fact, there was a storm. I think it was a bit of a storm and rain. Now, if the whole table would have tipped, the pot was very heavy, the whole table would have tipped, and even then, I mean, how much force would you need? Maybe we get this Quantum Dude to run a Mythbusters on this tree. How much force would be required to tip over the pot plant, assuming that the whole table wouldn't actually tip? And is it then plausible? Given whatever wind velocity, so I don't know. Maybe we just run a Mythbusters on this, and of course the cleaners, they're just completely oblivious. They obviously put it back to the proper vertical position. Now I put a copy of the flyer, the minuscule ant, in the drawer, the right hand side of the drawer next to the Bible. So yeah, maybe stay at room 12. Oh yeah, my pastor. Okay, that's great. Thanks. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe that's the pastor. It just looks fantastic, doesn't it? Now, yeah, maybe just stay at room 12. At the Lantern Motel, Armidale, Christmas Eve. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, the same Christmas tree will be there. It could be a very interesting experience, or at least stay there at some point if you're travelling. So maybe just do a loop. Sydney, through the Blue Mountains, then stay at Tamworth, then go to Armidale. Maybe stop off Uralla with the Fibonacci Park, then on to Armidale, and then cross, of course, to Byron Bay. And then, if possible, stay at the YHA Byron, room 209, and you'll probably see the ant exhibit still there. So yeah, you just do it all. A lovely prawn pasta for Yom Kippur. Now it's funny you mention that. Just to get this out of the way, because it's just distracting you guys. Now, in fact, I travelled to India with this quantum dude. Now he said he was going to go vegetarian, and of course he didn't go vegetarian. Do you want to explain why you didn't actually go vegetarian when you were saying you're going to go vegetarian, and pretty much India is vegetarian? So why didn't you actually go vegetarian in the end? Do you want to just make a comment on that? What's this? Face purple, white eyes. I don't know. Is this a reference to the movie Eyes Wide Shut with I don't know, Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise? No. I could easily go veg, but just chose not to. Well, I don't know. I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult for you guys to go veg over a period of 5 days. What was it, 5 days or something? I don't think you guys can actually achieve this. I just don't think you guys can achieve that. But incidentally, I was going to say that, so cows are sacred. Cows are sacred. In India, you will not get beef. Now, beef is the highest species of animals, so you're actually better off. Even ultra-Orthodox Jews, kosher, you're actually better off eating prawns or shellfish, which is a low form of life, than eating beef, which is a high form of life, even though your beef is kosher. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? So you can see why this is problematic. So you just go insects, and in fact grasshoppers are kosher, or a certain species of locust is kosher. So you can see why the whole thing's problematic. Just go vegetarian at the end of the day. Hang on, I was enjoying the local cuisine. Well, I don't know, the local cuisine is vegetarian. If you want to sample the local cuisine, you actually go vegetarian. This is the whole point. And I think it was because of Manish. Yeah, there was a guy Manish, who's also a quantum nerd, along with in fact anyone who does physics would have to be a quantum nerd, a physics nerd. But Manish, and that's Manish with or without an N. He was actually he had meat, but actually he's actually vegetarian. So why was he going meat? I don't know. I think you guys did not get the full experience of India just due to the fact that you didn't go vegetarian. I think you'll regret that. And incidentally, I went to I saw a few things. So I stayed at a hotel in Delhi, and I think it was Quantum, but it was spelled without the spelling or something. I think it was missing a U, but I think I stayed at the Quantum Hotel or something in Delhi. The other thing is that when Baron was saying Kurukshetra, which is the most spiritual place, that's of course where Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago, the hotel manager, he was actually called Manish. I don't think Manish would be a very common Indian name, so I don't know, I just found that a little bit maybe somewhat spiritual in a way. And Manish does have he has a spiritual quality to him at the end of the day. He's, he does physics, but he obviously believes in this whole kind of Krishna spiritual side of things. So he believes that there is a dimension or a spiritual dimension outside of Bose-Einstein's or I guess space-time. So, but of course, quantum theory, no, doesn't at all. It needs evidence, hard evidence, physics experiment to prove anything outside the spiritual realm. But not Manish. Yeah, maybe it's like a Plato Aristotle. Wasn't what's the order? Wasn't Plato a student of Aristotle or vice versa? And was one of them just material and the other one spiritual? Maybe it's something like that. Don't know. You could always parallel these things. Incidentally, Einstein did read the Gita or the Bhagavad Gita. But no, I don't think he believed in a God. I don't think he believed in God. I think he did become vegetarian, though. No, Einstein did become vegetarian. I'm pretty sure of that. He did comment on the Gita, but I don't think he really understood it, actually. I don't think he understood it. I'm Plato and Meneses Socrates. Yeah, I guess you don't want to claim to be Einstein. Yeah, that would just be a little bit too arrogant. Yeah, to claim Einstein, particularly if you don't have Nobel prizes. Yeah, you can't really claim to be Einstein. Yeah, maybe who's the VC at ANU who did get a Nobel Prize? I forget his name now. The guy from the US. Yeah, maybe he can claim somewhat to be a bit of an Einstein. Yeah. Who was Socrates? Yeah, was he a philosopher as well? Maybe he was. Or Reagan. Yeah. Well, actually, Reagan's now following Barron, and she made a comment. I don't think that would be fake. I don't think anyone would build a fake profile of Reagan. Also, who would know that Barron's at Macquarie as well? So I think it was pretty official. Now, incidentally, yes, got to go to France next year. Going to do a bit of a loop. So going to see a ptarmigan in French Alps. Of course, going to go to the French Open. Now Nadal's retired, so yeah, I won't see Nadal play, but anyway, it would have been difficult anyway. But yes, we'll obviously see. Well, we'll try and see the likes of an Alcaraz or even a Sinner. Actually, maybe Barron should try for Casper Ruud. Yeah, Casper Ruud. Yeah, I think Barron should try for Casper Ruud. And just excuse me, I'm just talking about this whole ghost references. Yeah. I'll talk that up actually. Yeah, maybe I'll focus on that. And of course, obviously the Australians as well. Bernie Tomic, Rude with about 5 U's. And of course, going to do a tour, try and do the history of tennis. May go to London, may have to go to Scotland, and maybe go to Nice, because it is nicer in Nice, isn't it, than in Noosa? Don't know. So now where was I sort of lost my line of thought. Why did we get into? Oh yes, Reagan, Reagan. Yeah. So I'm going to go. Obviously, we'll go to the Olympic Park of where the Olympics were held, and I'll probably try and go to the breakdancing studio and just rip out some Reagan. May have to learn some Reagan moves, and of course just live stream that. So yeah, and try and get Reagan somehow onto Barron's stream. That could be kind of interesting. Incidentally, could I interview Reagan potentially? I mean, I don't know how I'm going to set that up exactly, but yeah, these characters coming out of Macquarie Uni. We've got Reagan, we've got Barron. There's also a few other characters. There's also Damien Pace. Now, I got to give credit to Damien because he's just so committed to the Liberal Party, and in fact, he got me into the Liberal Party. But prior to that, I started Labor. I didn't campaign for Labor. I was part of the Young Labor, and then I kind of got banned. I got banned from Young Labor because I was older than 28. I think it was Ned. Was it Ned Barcy? I went to they allowed me to go to the events. They allowed me to go to the events held at Macquarie, but anything outside of just Labor, or I guess Young Labor, New South Wales amongst the students, yeah, I wasn't allowed. But Damien Pace, no, he doesn't allow me to go to everything. And to me that is very good strategy to actually just allow everyone. And of course that's why I started campaigning for John Alexander. But yes, he was obviously a tennis player. May have campaigned anyway, and that was for the 2016 a federal election, and actually met Jo. And then from there, yes, of course, went for the Greens. And now Zali said, well, next week I'm going to go to the markets. In fact, I've got a sunset drinks with Zali at some hotel in Manly. Incidentally, next week there's also the Eastwood Festival on the Saturday. It's a Granny Smith Festival in Eastwood, and also the Crow's Nest Festival on the Sunday. In fact, Barron's staying at Wake Up. Got 4 nights Wake Up next week, Bondi Beach, and then going Sydney to Adelaide via Broken Hill, and going to go to the synagogue. Going to go to the synagogue at Broken Hill, and and one of the oldest synagogues, I think the second oldest synagogue, is in Bradford. But it's not working anymore. It's not working. It's just historic. The oldest, of course, being in Hobart. But yeah, where was I? But yeah, okay. So yes, there's the festivals. Yeah, okay. Kind of jumped around a bit here, but anyway, I've got to get back to the pasta. So yeah, it's going to get a bit cold. Maybe we'll leave it there. So yes, Yom Kippur tomorrow. Going to go to Adventus ride, and then onto a synagogue. So, and then church, probably Hillsong, and then probably then St. Stephen's. Yes, St. Stephen's in the evening. Okay, so we'll leave it there, and that was Brown Breaks. Ooh.